Hello everyone, welcome back to Tekkit, and today we're going to do a new series. So getting started with IndustrialCraft. I did Red Power before, so if you missed those, go check out those videos. I just sort of just to give you an idea of how the series goes. So I go through about 3 or 4 episodes depending on sort of how long it takes, and I just show you everything there is to do with that mod, or almost everything. So yeah, let's get started with IndustrialCraft. Now, IndustrialCraft is sort of the backbone of Tekkit. I think it sort of supports the other mods. Um, yeah, I think so. So the first thing you have to note is that IndustrialCraft adds a couple of extra ores. So we have copper ore, tin ore, uranium ore, and when you mine it, you get this. It just looks like that in specs, anyways. So keep that in mind. You're going to see this a lot. So copper and tin are very common. Uranium is quite rare, and I think it's 8 times as valuable as diamonds. So that's sort of how they look in the world, at least when you're using IndustrialCraft. Sorry, Sphax, the texture pack. And yeah, so the next thing you have to grasp is that when you get an ore, normally in Minecraft you would smelt it. In IndustrialCraft, you don't really want to do that. You want to first macerate it into this iron dust and then smelt that into an ingot. Now the reason is that for every ore you have, you get 2 dusts, and every dust makes a bar. So you pretty much get twice as many ingots for any ore. This works with copper ore, tin ore, anything. So keep that in mind. Now at start you're not going to be able to make a macerator, so you're going to have to just smelt some iron ore by itself. But as soon as you can make a macerator, do it straight away, and I'll show you how to make it. So let's move on. Now the next big thing that you're going to need is, so you're going to need a lot of copper and tin. If you can't find any uranium, doesn't matter. You don't use uranium for anything except for nuclear reactors, which don't come into play until late game. So copper and tin you need a lot of to get started, and iron as well. So the next thing you need is a rubber, and to get rubber you need to make a tree tap, and this is some wooden planks, so just like that, sort of in this tap shape, or I guess sort of. So it makes you this tree tap. Now a tree tap is an item that's added by IndustrialCraft, and you can sort of harvest rubber. Now to do that you need to find rubber trees, and this is how they look. So if you're using Sphax, they're a bit lighter than other trees. They're a bit greyish, sort of the trunk. They might have these yellow blobs on them, they might not. But the biggest telltale sign is this sort of peak. And every single rubber tree has it. So you can see that has it. They all have it. So look out for those. They're very easy to spot in the forest. So once you find a rubber tree, what you want to do is you want to get rid of the leaves, especially the ones on the side of a trunk. Just like, whoops, and not break the trunk. Because some of the actual rubber can be hidden under the leaves. So like you see here, this yellow blob is rubber. Or well, it's sticky resin, which you make into rubber. So there we have another one, so perfect. So I already made a tree here, so I just emptied all the leaves out, and that's how it looks. And you can see we've got one sticky resin here, and we've got one spot, I think is here. So all you do is you get your tree tap out, you right click it, and that shoots out some of this sticky resin. Let me show you again. So this one only has 1, they can go up to 3 at any given time. Now you'll notice, just when I zoom in there, that the spot is still there, and yes, they regrow. So if you find a tree with 2 or so on them, leave it, and you can just harvest it again, and they grow quite fast. You know, probably by the end of this tutorial we could harvest it again. So then you get this sticky resin. Let's get that off. And you can't use this by itself, you need to smelt it, and when you smelt it you get 1 rubber. Yeah, easy. So now that we have our rubber, let's talk about some quick upgrades. So a quick upgrade from the normal furnace is the iron furnace, and there's 2 ways to make it, but this is the cheapest way. It's a normal furnace with 5 iron ingots, and that makes you this iron furnace, and I'll have one here. And this is the same as a normal furnace, except for it's a bit faster. So you still need coal on the bottom, and it'll smelt. And the next thing we need to make is this refined iron. So when you smelt some iron ore, you get iron bars, or iron ingots I should say. And when you smelt these again, you make this refined iron, and you're gonna need this a lot, because every single IndustrialCraft machine uses refined iron. So let's move on. So this is the thing we want to make, a generator, and that creates power for us. But how do we get there? Now the first thing you're gonna need, and these 4 crafting or project tables here will show you recipes you're gonna use forever. So you're gonna make hundreds of these. So let's look at them. The first one is the machine block, which is just 8 refined iron in a hollow square. Very easy. And a machine block is sort of the main component for most machines in IndustrialCraft. So anytime you make a machine, you're going to need 1 machine block. So definitely remember this recipe. But it's easy, so that's good. Now the next thing is copper cables. Now these are sort of the lowest class of cable in IndustrialCraft. Now you make these using rubber and copper. So as you can already see, you need a lot of rubber to get started in IndustrialCraft. So what I would recommend is, as soon as you find some trees, harvest them. First of all, get the rubber off, harvest them, and get their saplings. And I saw already one fall earlier. And you usually get 1 or 2 saplings per tree, so it's very easy to start a farm. You can use bone meal on these as well to make them grow faster, so keep that in mind. Anyways, we've got a sapling here. So you can just plant these, and I usually get about 10 trees next to my house, at least at the start of IndustrialCraft, so you can get enough rubber to get going. So yeah, that's copper cables. You're gonna need this quite a bit as well for machines. Most machines have some form of copper cable in them. So then we move on to the RE battery. Now this is a battery where you can obviously store power in, but it's also used to create some machines. So to make this, you're going to need tin, 2 redstone, and a copper cable, and that makes sure this RE battery. And the next item you're going to need a lot of, again this is in every single machine, or in 90% of the machines, is the electronic circuit. So that is made out of 6 copper cables, 2 redstone, and 1 refined iron. So again, you can see how much rubber you need, because you need 6 rubber for 6 cables. So you need 6 rubber per electronic circuit, and you're going to need a lot of them. So you're going to need a lot of rubber. So definitely recommend getting a rubber farm set up. So now that we have a machine block, our copper cables, our batteries, and our circuits, you pretty much know the basic ingredients for most of the machines. But to get started, we want to make a generator. So that is a battery, a machine block, and a furnace. And this is the cheapest way of making it as far as I'm aware. So, yep, not too bad to make. And that makes this generator here. Now a generator is just a way to generate power. And most of the IndustrialCraft machines need power in some way or another. So a generator creates power by adding burning items in here. So you can put saplings in there, wood in there, but of course coal is the best. Now when you just place it, and I'll just replace this so you can see that this is black, which means it doesn't have any power. Instantly when I put coal in there, it's going to burn and it's going to fill this up, and that's just sort of an internal storage for power. Cool. So now we have power. What can we do with this power? Well, we can make it rain apparently. Let's not do that. So now let's make the Macerator, and that's a machine that makes the ore into the dust. And the Macerator is made pretty easily. So it's 2 cobblestone, an electronic circuit, a machine block, and 3 flint. And that makes you a Macerator, which I already placed down here. Now again, when you right click on it, you get this sort of interface, you know, and I already put some ore in there, some copper, and this is the power icon. So when this fills up to yellow, it means the machine is fully powered and fully functional. Now you can connect this up directly to the power source, for example a generator, or you can put a battery in here, a charged up battery. And actually something I can show you in the generator. So you can see here is an empty slot as well. We could put a battery in here to get it to be charged. So now we have a macerator. It's all good. These slots here, these four, forget about them for now. They are upgrades, so you can make your machine faster, but you need quite a bit of resources to do that. So we'll probably do that in the next episode of just getting started. Cool. So let's power our macerator. Now to do this very easily, you get your copper cables and you just connect the generator to the macerator. That works. Alternatively, you can already put your macerator right next to the generator. That works as well. But just for the purpose of showing you how this works, it is now powered, and as you can see, this is going slowly, and once it's full, this one copper ore will make 2 copper dust. There we go. So let's take that with us. Now the next machine I want to show you is the upgrade from the iron furnace, and again I think there's 2 recipes to make this, but this is the easiest to show you. So we put the iron furnace in the crafting bench, 2 redstone dust and 1 electronic circuit, and that makes you the electric furnace. Now this again works like a normal furnace, except for you don't have to use coal or any burning stuff. It just uses power. And just like with the macerator, it has the upgrade slots here for the macerator and the battery slot here, and the electronic furnace has the exact same thing. So battery slot here, upgrades here. So let's hook that up to the power as well. Let's just do it in the most ridiculous way possible, like that. And as you can see, this now has power. So we put our dust in there, and that will smelt. And it's a lot faster than a normal furnace. It's faster than an iron furnace, and we can upgrade it. So as you can see, 1 dust made 1 copper bar. So you literally, with this sort of simple setup, you get twice as many ingots from your copper ores. So yeah, that's cool. Now, as the last thing in this simple short tutorial, we want to also store our power somewhere, and this will come in handy in the later episodes mostly, but even for now it's just easier to not have to check this the whole time, and just have a way of storing some excess power. So there's multiple levels of these things, but the easiest is the BatBox, and it's made like this. So 5 wooden planks, 1 copper cable, and 3 RE batteries, and I've got 1 here in my inventory already, so let's use it. Now let's get rid of some of these cables. Go. Now one thing I haven't showed you, and I was not included in this tutorial, but I'll give it to you anyways, just for good measure. Plonk down another project table, and what you want to do is get some copper dust. It has to be dust, and get some tin dust. There we go. Now you can combine these, and I'll do it in a crafting bench, but you don't need to. Oh, the other way around, sorry. So you get 3 copper dust, 1 tin dust, and that makes you 2 bronze dust. Now you want to have at least 6 of this. And when you smelt these, might as well do it, why not? When you smelt these, it makes... Oh, I removed the power. Cool. There we go. It makes bronze or bronze bars. Now, when you get these, and we'll just wait for that to finish, you can make a wrench. And a wrench is used to sort of turn stuff around. And I'll show you why that is handy in a sec. We can just get some like this. Bronze. Cool. So, in the crafting bench, make a shape like this with your bronze bars, and it makes you a wrench. And you're gonna need this, definitely. So, and it's kind of easy to make, so at least make one. So there we have it, a wrench. Now, get rid of our cables again. I showed you how to make the BatBox, and we can plonk that down. Say, let's do something crazy and plonk it down here. Now you can see every side of this has a different icon, and there's two different icons available. So there's this sort of green icon and the red icon. Now the green icon means it's an input side. So our generator needs to be hooked up to the input side because we want to go from power from the generator into the BatBox. When you right click on the BatBox, you get this whole interface. Again, you can put batteries in there and stuff. So battery here to charge the BatBox. If you put a battery here, if you put an empty battery here, or anything else like any electrical tools, which I'll show you later, they'll get charged from the BatBox. So as you can see, our BatBox is getting power quite fast from a generator. And now we want to hook up the output of the BatBox to our machines, but it's a bit weirdly placed on the top. So get your wrench out, face the side where you want the output to be, and right click with the wrench, and I'll change it over. So now our output is on this side, and that is nice and handy because then we can just connect it like this to our machines. And these machines should have power, as you can see here. So yeah, that's all good. So that's sort of how the BatBox works. It holds only 40,000 power, but that's plenty enough for when you just start with IndustrialCraft. And you know, you can have the walls around here, so to make it look nice and pretty, just like that, for example. You can't see anything anymore, which is pretty nice. And everything is nicely powered. Now, that will be it for this tutorial. So, next episode, we're going to look at some solar power, some compressors, and some extractors, and a lot of other stuff. So, definitely check back in. Our main concern, at least that's my main concern in Tekkit always, is how do we get power without having to stuff this full with coal all the time? Because that's quite expensive, you know. So, we're going to be using the power of the sun. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next part.